I've been selling knives for a year now. I'm approaching $100,000 in sales. And honestly, the other day I had a breakthrough where I realized what all of my biggest sales all had in common. And it was super simple. I'd been told this many times, but what really matters is just that you connect. I was listening to Alex Hormozy, and he was talking about when people say, like, sell me this pen, what you would do is you would take the pen, you would put it in your pocket, and you'd get to know the person in front of you. I just, unless the person's already in the market for the product, it's like when you first start selling something, you go to people that you already know to get reps, to learn, whatever it is, because it's easier. Why is it easier? Because these people know you and they like you, and so they'll buy something from you no matter what. So all you have to do with randoms, people you don't know, is you have to become their friend in the hour that you have with them, the 30 minutes, whatever it is. You got to connect at least as much as you can. You got to connect and just find something in common, something that fires them up. People love talking about themselves. So you got to get them fired up. Saturday, no, today's Saturday. Yesterday, I think, yeah, yesterday. Yesterday I did an appointment, and I walked in, and I was talking to the dude. It was a couple. They were a married couple. Husband was in the military, and I was thinking the whole time. I was like, okay, I need to connect with these people. Probably the male, because he's the one that's going to be probably buying it. So we're chatting it up, and I see his ear, and it's got cauliflower ear, and I'm like, yo, do you grapple? And he goes, yeah, I do jujitsu. And I was like, no way, me too. And then we just started talking about jujitsu for fucking 20 minutes and geeking out about it. And then he spent $600 on my knives, man. It was like, shit, okay. And dude, before I got there, the lady calls me. She goes, if you want to just cancel this or book someone else, because we're not buying anything. We're definitely not buying anything. I'm like, no worries. I'll see you at 5 p.m. I pull up at 5 p.m. They buy almost $700. I'm like, okay. And even he said, he was like, the only reason I bought something, I think he said it kind of jokingly. He was like, if you didn't talk about jujitsu, man, I wouldn't have bought anything. I was like, yeah. But the reality is he's exactly right. He would not have bought shit. He didn't like me at first. I could tell. But then we found something in common. The biggest thing is just finding common ground and being relatable. And I became his friend, and then I showed him the product, and it is a really great product. So friend plus good product equals a sale every time. Every time. And if you're in the right market, they have the means to do it. So it's correct client just means that they have the amount of money needed to buy what you're selling. If you're selling high ticket product or an expensive product, you could give the deal of a lifetime on a Ferrari, but if they can't afford it, they can't afford it. The Ferrari could be 400,000. It's definitely a mil. Let's say the Ferrari was a mil. I mean, that's probably how much it is. I don't know. And you discounted it to 500 grand. That's a half off discount, but still, the person living in the low income neighborhood is not going to afford what your deal. So you have to have the right market. But aside from that, if you become their friend and you have a good product, those are the two things you need to sell. The only other thing you'd have to do is literally ask for the order. And if you've got some basic knowledge of whatever you're selling, it's not that crazy, you know. But I think I got caught into focusing too much on the whole sales skill of it all, And I didn't take seriously enough just what everyone says is. I've read so many sales books, and all they talk about is just being personable and connecting, like caring about the person. And these past few weeks, it's what I've been doing, and it's been working well for me, and it's also creates a way more comfortable environment. And I guess you do have to do stuff to. It's the quote from Confucius. I see and I forget. I just hiccup, yawn, burped, and shit my pants in one. But no, the Confucius quote is, I see and I forget. I hear and I remember. I do and I understand. And, sometimes you need to be reminded more than you need to be taught. Sometimes we know this stuff, but sometimes you just need to do it enough for it to actually click in your mind and for it to become a belief. And that's what happened with me. So, become friends with people and they'll buy your stuff. Have a good product. Once you have a good product, all you got to do is make friends and then you can sell it. So, yeah, man. Sell more stuff. Make more friends. It's a lot more fun that way too. Peace out.